Wait, hello, hi. Wait, hold on. I don't know why Pixel mod isn't showing. Hello, here we go. Why do I have just awful FPS? What is happening here? Dear goodness, that's bad. That's really bad. Hold on. Why is this that bad? It wasn't that bad not too long ago. Holy crap! What's taking up so much of OBS? Why is it taking so much up? It shouldn't be taking that much up. Maybe just because I haven't ran it in a while. It seems like it's kind of catching up. Okay, that was weird. Still not where I want it to be, but it's a lot better than it was before. So I guess I can't complain. I haven't played this game in a while. let's just say a while. Um, I I've been doing a lot of thinking, especially after last time around, about the channel, about what I want to do, about what I need to do, about where I want to be in 5 years, where I want to be in 5 weeks. And I would love absolutely. Is that a Roselia? It looks freaky as hell. I think it's just it's sideways facing. It looked really weird. Like nothing more than to just do this. Just be on the YouTubes with the cool kids and do some fishing with Vic, and I'd say doing fishing with Vic like it's something that happens frequently. It's not. This is the first time I've done an official fishing with Vic. I've fished before for episodes, but not quite like this. Not with a thumbnail and title and stuff. Something I'll probably do in the future. I just, no matter which direction my future takes me, and I'm still not certain where it will, if I'm being honest with you, I want to be entertaining, and doing this will help me with this in that sense. That'll never be a bad thing, learning, practicing being more entertaining. I would love nothing else than to keep making YouTube videos and keep streaming and get better at this. I wish I could practice 3 hours a day with YouTube and just get better at it. But I think the truth is that even if I do have the time, and I'm not certain that I do in fact have the time, that's just not particularly viable for me right now. Because even if I do have the time, I don't know that I have the motivation. I think the number one best thing to do if you want to get into YouTube is just practice doing it, right? I mean, that's just what makes sense. Is just practice getting better at it, and I can't do that. I can't do that motivation wise, time wise, money wise. I just can't do it. I think if my thumbnails were better, I think that would be go a long way. I think in terms of where I'm moving with my content creation path, I think that's going to be kind of the next step, as it were, is getting better at making thumbnails and stuff. That's something that I think is massively important for YouTube. That's the cover on the book. That's I know they say not to judge the book by its cover, but people do judge books by its cover. That's 90% of the reason why we choose books is by the cover. What kind of stupid fucking expression is that? I get it's metaphorical, right? It's not literal. You're not meant to take the expression literal. It's more like, give new things a chance is what it means. But there's so many fucking things on YouTube to not judge a book by its cover. Stupid. I mean that in the nicest way possible. I mean, if you're out there giving people chances, I don't know that I have a regular quillfish. Let's capture this. Um, you are a saint, quite frankly, and I respect that greatly. But I know I don't. I don't have the patience to do that. Is what I mean to say. I know I don't give smaller YouTubers the chance a lot of the time. I know I don't have the time or the patience or the motivation to do something like that. It's just not feasible for me by any means. So I certainly don't blame anyone who finds themselves in a similar situation. So how can I expect other people to watch me if I wouldn't watch me? The truth is that I can't. I can try to get better at this. That's something that I plan on doing. Slowly, if it has to be. I've got I have to work. I don't have, I believe I mentioned this before, I don't have friends, I don't have family. I have to do this myself. I have to make a safety net for me before I can make the plunge. A lot of people out there will tell you, just take the plunge, but a lot of those people will have safety nuts that they're jumping off of or jumping into even. So even if they don't make the landing, if they don't even if they don't stick it, even if they don't grab the one in 100 chance, 1 in 1,000 chance that is YouTube, they've still got the possibility of holding on to the safety net below them. That is their family, that is their friends, whatever. I don't have that. I can't utilize that. That's okay. I don't begrudge anyone. Well, I do begrudge a couple of people in my life for various reasons, but they know who they are and they know what they've done. Do we really have one of these? What the fuck is that? Um, no, he held on, and it's a purpley. That wasn't a shiny, was it? Certainly hope not. I don't I don't know that in an alternate universe I would have even necessarily jumped onto YouTube. I don't know that I can say that. I can say that I think I probably would have, but for right now, I just cannot justify that in my life. I want to get better at the skills. Like I'm rambling a little bit, so I'll kind of attempt to summarize it a little bit better. Basically, kind of what I was coming to struggle with in the last stream is that I'm not making a good first impression with my content in a lot of ways. Is it good content? I think so. Is it great content? I think it's maybe on the edge. I think with some practice, some refinement, some research, and some harder work, it could be great content. I think it's maybe on the verge, depending on the kind of content you're interested in, of being that. I think I have some ideas for very good content, but I had hopes that things would be slightly better than they were. I was overzealous. I was hoping for something that just I look at the night after, because I'm mincing words. What I mean to say is that I uploaded the video right before I went to sleep. I slept and I literally dreamt of replies, literally dreamt of engagement. I dreamt of uh, dreams. I dreamt of dreams, and I think that kind of was indicative of my mindset. I wasn't expecting like thousands of views. I was absolutely not. I was fully expecting it to not blow up, but that doesn't mean that I can't be a little disappointed when it doesn't. I knew for a fact that there was a very low chance of Uh, Honestly, getting any engagement at all. I mean, mentally, I knew that, but I mean, the heart, what the heart wants, yeah, you hope for, you hope for the implausible, for the improbable. You have a certain amount of coins to spend on this gambling machine. You have a certain amount of um, what do they call them at casinos? The little round, not coins, um, chips. Yeah, chips. You have a certain amount of chips left to go all in with in terms of, you know, emotion, in terms of caring, in terms of effort, and you go all in, and it doesn't quite pan out. And you knew that you'd have to keep going. You'd have to find more. You'd have to put more chips down. You'd have to come back later. But does it make it not sting when you? Oh, do I need another one of these? I don't think so. I'm just gonna beat it up. Is this called fishing with Vic? Maybe I should just call this beating up fish with Vic. I don't know that we can plausibly call this fishing with Vic. I don't. That's not an accurate descriptor of what this is. We're just beating up all the fish Pokemon repeatedly. Maybe I can go to a lava zone, but I think I've pretty much captured all the lava Pokemon in the lava zones. I think I haven't captured some in the river biome. I think I might go to a river biome next. I think like a Totodile or something is something that I can capture in a river biome. I I'm just I'll be fully honest. I'm so goddamn jealous. I am so goddamn jealous. Well, that that was oddly freeing to say. Like it's something that I've not wanted to admit, but I've just admitted it. I've just said it, and we have Latios, but we might get something nice out of it. Coral Reef biome. Where's that? Of successful VTubers, of successful YouTubers. In all honesty, I look at Markiplier. Look at who else? Honestly, largely Markiplier. There's definitely more than a couple other YouTubers. Like Jesse Cox. I don't know. Yeah, I guess he's not like a large YouTuber, though. To me, in my heart, Jesse Cox is a very popular, handsome YouTuber. Sorry, I'm fanboying a little bit, but I'm jealous in so many senses because it's a sense of pseudo stability that I'm not going to be able to enjoy for at least the next 5 years. I can. Oh, I'm rambling again. You never know. I may get lucky and stumble upon a job, 6 figures or whatever. I may I may befriend a rich old person and they leave me all of their inheritance and I live happily ever after. I think that's probably unlikely. Probably about as unlikely as making it big on YouTube, if I'm being entirely honest. But I think I can. I'm fine with living comfortably off of YouTube. If it means I don't have to work a retail job, it means I don't have to work a shitty forward-facing job with shitty hours and shitty bosses, shitty customers. You know what? I'll take that, even if it's more work, even if it's more hours than the retail job. I'm almost convincing myself to get back into it, but I can't. I need to focus on school. I need to focus on finding work. And there are certain skills that I need to get better at, that I've wanted to get better at for a long time, and that I think that my eventual when I eventually commit to YouTube in some way or another, when I fully put my heart into it, I will benefit from, like, I mentioned before, my desire to make a Mafia game. I've decided to put some finishing touches on the Discord version and start to learn Unreal, so that I can make a more polished version of what I want to create. I haven't really even put a bunch of time or effort into like creating a plan for that yet. I mostly just want to mess around a little bit first. I'm gonna have to follow some like tutorials as to how the basic engine works and then kind of work from there. So it's gonna be such a long commitment to get to the point where I can make the Mafia thing. So I do kind of just want to put some finishing touches on the Discord Mafia bot and then move on to Unreal. So video game development, or at the very least some form of programming, is something that I think I will thought I had gone through my cough, but here it is. Welcome back, buddy. Is something that I will benefit from me. Will will benefit me in when I put my heart into YouTube, and it's almost a defense mechanism saying when I put my heart into YouTube. I've put my heart into YouTube already, and having this eventual down the line commitment is fully very much a defense mechanism. I recognize that. I understand what this is, but I need it for now. I need it for now because I can't do all of these things. I cannot juggle all of these things, and I can't. I don't know that I can stand heartbreak by actually fully committing to YouTube and failing at that. I don't know that that's something that my itty bitty heart can take at the moment, so I'm going to attempt to avoid it because I can't afford in any sense to be heartbroken, like in that sense. But I want to get better at the guitar. I want to get past the beginner stage. I want to get to like an intermediate stage. That's my near goal for that is to get better at the guitar. Say like, okay, yeah, I kind of know the guitar. Right now I know a couple of riffs, I know a couple of chords, but I don't know too much more than that. My finger dexterity is not Vaporeon. Oh, you degenerate. Know what you're thinking. I want to get better at the guitar. I want to get to the point where I can kind of say that I know the guitar. You know, I can tell people, yeah, I'm learning the guitar, and not just have like two riffs to show them or whatever. You know, I I very much apologize for my cough. First off, I think that I know this is all kind of a cop out, but it at the same time needs to kind of be a cop out for my own sake. I'm let's I'm rambling again. Let's sit down and have a real conversation. Oh, that's a big boy. I am not somebody that people go out of their way to think about. I fully acknowledge that. I would like to be that. It's part of the. Do I have one of these? I think I have one of those. Part of the reason why I'm doing YouTube, so I can get better at that kind of a thing. I've established this before. I am not a cute girl, nor am I interested in becoming one. And that puts me at a disadvantage in terms of just starting out, right? I mean, look at the top YouTubers, and a lot of them are male. There's no denying that. I think in the long term, in the overall sense, being a woman is harder to get into the big leagues. But to start out, to make a comfortable living with, there are so many lonely, desperate guys, of which I am both in different ways. Well, all three, I guess, in different ways. That I don't have that. And I need to find what's going to draw people to me, because there's nothing here on first impression in all realist in all realistic self introspection that people are going to want to just sit and stay for if I'm not at the top of my game, if I'm not super interesting. And that's the truth of it. I don't have that. I don't have the X factor. I don't have uh top tier super expensive VTuber model. I don't have um I made all of the graphics for myself for this channel. I am at a disadvantage, and that's okay, because if I do end up making it, it'll be all that sweeter. It'll be all that more of a success story. And I can appreciate that, at the least. Is that fair? I don't know. It's not my place to say. I'm not complaining. I'm simply saying that as a matter of course, I'm at a disadvantage and I need all the skills, all the abilities, all the commitment I'm able to muster towards it to be able to kind of break in. And it doesn't help that most of my streams are just me talking about this, right? Like, that's another thing as well. If you've came back and watched all these videos, Lord help you, because most of them are just me fucking talking about YouTube when I should probably be learning about how to talk about anything else. But in that same kind of approach, a lot of my content so far is just kind of, I mean, it's VTubers, right? I have the Beyond Earth video that nobody was particularly interested in. I figured to get like 20 to 50 views over time. And hold on, I'm gonna do some research. I believe the what's this? I believe that the VTuber. Oh, I got another subscriber. Cool. I believe that the VTuber video is on its way there. But yeah, 30 views. That's not bad. I gotta look at the analytics a little more and to see where people clicked off, if they clicked off. Well, I know they clicked off. Look at the click through rate, see how many impressions I got overall, stuff like that. And do some more self introspection in that regard. I've been ever since that I wouldn't necessarily call it an episode. I think episode implies like an episode of some mental disorder, so definitely not an episode. After that phase where I felt particularly disappointed, which I shouldn't necessarily have been. Is this a different type of basculin? Are there different types of basculin? I'm not sure. I didn't bother like looking at any of the analytics or anything. I just kind of said, okay, I can't deal with this right now. This is not something I can mentally parse. So I just didn't. I think that's fair enough. I feel like that's fair enough. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know what I'm to say. If I want to make it somewhere, I gotta be able to look at it. But I'm just rambling. I'm gonna talk about something else. But in essence, if anybody's curious, the bare essence of it is that I know it's unreasonable to have had those expectations. I knew it was unreasonable at the time. I feel like it's still fair to get disappointed. I'm not gonna let myself. I'm going to take a step back from committing to it because I don't think that I have the skills that I would need at this point in time, and I'm going to take the step back and focus on the skills. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, that's something leads me into something I wanted to talk about. So, schedule. As you may have guessed, my schedule not really a thing that's happening. That particular schedule is that's just not realistic given my class schedule, and I might have to work the schedule again once I get a job. But for right now, it's looking like probably Tuesdays, Fridays, Sundays is probably what we're aiming for. I don't know exactly what time. Let me think. Probably like 4 or 5 Central. Might be in the morning. We might be able to hang it in the morning. I think that might be fun. Maybe I'll do it in the morning sometime, like 10 a.m. or something Central. That might work. But people with jobs and stuff, I guess that doesn't really pan out too well. I don't know. I can't talk like people with jobs are gonna watch me. I can talk like people are going to watch me in general. But main point being, I'm not. Oh, hello there. Schedules. I have a schedule at some point. I may stream more depending on how much I feel like it. I do really, really want to just get better at streaming and talking and stuff, particularly not talking about YouTube. So I'm gonna stop talking about YouTube. I've talked about the schedule. I'm gonna talk about other things. I gotten back into grinding hard on Final Fantasy. I made glamours for most of my classes, not the crafting classes or anything. That's too much for me. I don't have enough money to afford the money for that. It's expensive. It can be real expensive looking for just the right items for your Final Fantasy glamour. Like God, it's for those not to know, glamour is the same thing as what do they call it in WoW? Transmog? Yeah, transmog. It's the same thing as a transmog. I I've at least made a glamour for each class, and I have all of the DPS and excuse me, healers at 90, except Monk who is at 89. And I have Dark Knight and Paladin I need to hit 90 as well. So once I get those three at 90, I'll focus on the crafting classes. I've got the Gatherers. Well, I've got Biner and Botanist. I've got Miner and Botanist at 89, soon to be 90. And I got Fisherman at like 85 or something, so I'm gonna see what I can do there. See if I can hit a 90 in crafting classes and stuff before the new expansion. Which isn't coming soon. I feel like I kind of made it sound that way, but I mean, it's not coming soon. It's gonna take a minute to get there. I think I should have the combat classes ready pretty soon, like a week or two. The crafting classes after that, well, it's gonna take a lot longer, just depending on my motivation. And I probably shouldn't be focusing on it as much as I am. I just really needed a respite from thinking about the future and jobs and stuff. I've applied to a couple of different jobs and hoping to hear back soon, but we'll see, I suppose. There's one job that looked particularly comfy, up my alley, as it were. It's like an overnight type, kind of receptionist thing. Not quite. Uh, it looked nice. I mean, I have the credentials for it. I've worked some overnight shifts in my past. I've worked in um is middle man see the term middle management. I don't know what exactly middle management refers to, if middle management is specifically like the manager of a store, or if it extends to leadership as well. You know, like shift leads and all that. Because I was a shift lead, right? I was shift leader of like a couple of different people at a time. And I never know. I think middle management just refers to like the manager of a business, right? Like the main one in charge at like a store. And if it's like a bigger store, then like maybe a couple people below him as well. Usually just people like the people in a business, in a commercial business, who are salaried. I need some like smooth jazz to go with this. I should look at I should look into that. If I need like a if I'm doing Fisher with Vic more often, I should find a like a smooth jazz type thing to go along with this. But excuse me, I have to blow my nose. I've just never really known what exactly it refers to. I feel like it's just like the top dogs. I say top dogs, but kind of that beginning to kind of be. Oh, my ears are. Oh god, I just had to pop my ears. That was very unsatisfying. So I've done a bit of shift leading, so I mean, I feel like I have a decent amount of experience. I did that for a couple of years. I think I have qualifications for the type of stuff I want to be doing, but I haven't. I guess it's not been too long. It's only been like 2 days, and one of those days was Saturday, or 3 days, and one of those days was Saturday or Sunday. So unreasonable, but I certainly hope to get a call back soon because next I have to start going into like retail jobs and stuff, and that's nobody wants to be doing that, particularly not me. So I'm gonna see if I can find some more like receptionist type gigs or like overnight um janitor or like just I don't know if security guard is quite the right word, but just somebody who watches the building or whatever. Like I can stay up overnight. That's not something I have a problem with. So that's something I might engage in. Thing I might find myself doing, which would definitely dramatically change the schedule of my streaming. So I just kind of gotta play it by ear. But there was something I was gonna talk about. I don't remember. Oh God, what was I gonna talk about? There was something that happened that I was like, yeah, that's something I can talk about. It's gonna be like this whole thing I was gonna do. I don't remember. That's kind of a pain in the butt. Huh. I've also been playing Pokemon ROMs. I've not played Pokemon Team Rocket in a hot minute. Not since I streamed it last, anyways. But I picked up Pokemon Insurgents again, and I've been having a decent time with that. I think it's interesting. I don't know if Delta variants in Pokemon Insurgents were a thing before regional variants in the mainline games, but if Delta variants were a thing beforehand, that's super cool. I I have to imagine a lot of hardcore Pokemon fans would not like some of the designs of the Delta variants, but I love them. They're great. There's one that's just a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and it's a fucking starter. I'm like, oh god, this is not a real thing. This is not a real thing. I love it so much. I picked Charizard, which is like a ghost dragon type, and it's great. It's like little little ghosty sucker, like a little ghost dragon. It's amazing. I love him so much. There's one Drawable. that is just a cake. It's just got a cake on its back, and I love it so much. Again, I don't. I wish I knew more about graphic design. I really do. I think that it's one of those things where it probably won't click until it just clicks. No, yeah, there are different designs for Basculin. Okay, I thought I was going crazy. And I think I just need to watch a lot of YouTube videos on it and just kind of understand it. Like put time into understanding it so that I can sit down and be like, okay, this is kind of what we need to look at. This is kind of the standard or whatever. Like I need to have a better idea of what I'm doing. I think that in terms of my general ability with using like Photoshop and GIMP or whatever, like I think I have a decent familiarity with my tools, right? That tends to be the major problem doing stuff like this. Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that at all. But I think I'm pretty good at using my tools, but it's just a matter of understanding what to do with them. Graphic design is the thing. I I I wonder if there are just classes on YouTube. Like there's got to be classes on YouTube for just how to do graphic design, right? I There's classes for like soldering circuits and shit. There's got to be classes for. Oh, that I saw that Pokemon. It freaked me out a little bit for graphic design. I just don't know how much effort it's gonna take. I don't know how. I don't know. I just don't know in general. I guess is what I'm trying to say here. And that's especially considering all the other endeavors I'm embarking on. It seems a little foolhardy to embark on this one just off on a whim, but it's not really a whim, is it? Because I mean, no matter what I do, if I don't know, um let's embrace God, this fucking Basculin is such a pain in the ass. Let's embrace a fantasy where I am a guitarist. I'm in a band. I'm making music, whatever. I'm like, if I wanted to, huh? Like I would still need to sit down and make art somehow, because I mean, well, I guess maybe not if I'm in a band and we can like chip in for some graphic artist or whatever, some regular artist to make a design, whatever. But in the universe where I'm alone or I'm making this music on my own, like I'm still gonna have to make like album art or like art to go with the music or art for like a channel design or whatever to put the music on. I'm gonna need a profile picture for my artist name or whatever. Like I'm still gonna need graphic design if I go as like a video game designer. I'm gonna need graphic design for the what do they call it? Like on Steam. Is that still just a thumbnail? Yeah, I guess that's still just a thumbnail for the game. A startup picture, any like UI elements that need design on it. I just it's not something that super interests me, but the more I think about it, the more important it seems to be for what I want for the different things that I want to do. I mean, and even just for YouTube, I think it's super important that I learn graphic design and the I was fairly proud of the thumbnail for this video, but then I went and looked back at it today while I was putting it on the stream, and I'm like, God damn, this looks like a meme from one of those meme generators, which is better than just looking bad like the toxic positivity video thumbnail. but it's not super attractive in a way that I want it to be. It's not attractive as in like attracting people, not attractive as in like, oh, la la, kind of attractive, you know? I God, the more I think about it, the more I need graphic design. I need to practice. After this, I need to get on my guitar practice a bit. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna look up some graphic design tutorials. I might not get into it today. Maybe I'll put it on in the background. Maybe I'll just kind of passively absorb it. So next time when I do actively absorb it, it's it's in my subconscious. I have a pretty good idea for what I want to do. I don't know if this is a common thing for people, but for me at least, it helps me a lot when I already have an idea of what something is like. I I'm the type of person who when I start thinking about a concept, I think about it a little bit. I get kind of absorbed into the concept a little bit. I don't dive too deep. I just kind of get a surface level general idea of what it is. Excuse me. I get familiar with the concepts, the names of the concepts, the general ideas. I come back later and then I dive in a bit deeper and I'm like, okay, I kind of understand what I'm dealing with here. I need to kind of understand the general idea of why something is happening before I can jump into actually working with it. My number one problem with Python when I had attempted to make a Discord bot back when Discord was new, and there's a lot better documentation now that actually lets me work with making a Discord bot like I am. But the number one reason why the Discord bot is working better on this time is just I have more familiarity with the concepts of asynchronous programming and the Discord API and programming in general now. It's just I'm more familiar with it. I have that starting area to move forward with. And I did mess around with Unreal a little bit, so I'm hoping that kind of moves me forward in that sector pretty well. As for the guitar, I'm just having to kind of wing it and it's not working amazingly. But just I'm hoping to just kind of get some good practice in and be able to move forward from there. One thing I will note is that I go out of my way when I'm learning guitar. A little bit after I'm learning guitar, a little bit before I'm learning guitar, in one of my practice sessions, to learn a new concept, right? So you get used to the concept of vibrato, which is not something I was familiar with before the guitar, even though I know that's a voice technique as well. The idea of using I don't know what the like official name for it is, but when you use all of your fingers on a chord or use one finger to hit all of the strings on a chord or whatever, that kind of a thing. So I'm familiar with those concepts. So hopefully, when the practice gets moving toward that general direction, I'll have a stronger idea of what I need to know. I don't know if more people are like that, but that's certainly where I'm at. I can't really learn something until I've had at least exposure to it once, and I don't really master something until I have a solid understanding of how everything fits together. That's why things like programming and sound design and YouTube are a little scary to me, just because there's so many moving parts that in my head I can't really get a full grasp of what's happening. So it ends up being that I don't really understand any of it, and that sucks. But I mean, I'm hoping everything coming together. I'll just slowly start getting better and better, and I'll kind of pick up the concepts. I'm feeling like I'm understanding it better and better. And I'm hoping that really, not to sound like a broken record, but again, kind of starts coming together. So in that sense, going back to graphic design, maybe I'll just have to you know, put it in my subconscious for a little while, focus on focus on Unreal, focus on music, focus on YouTube, come back a little bit later and be like, ah, okay, like this is what that it means. Like I'm familiar with that concept vaguely. Let's see how that interacts with this other concept. Stuff like that. And we'll be at a stronger point afterwards. That's not great for my thumbnails right now, but we'll get there with time. I said I was gonna stop talking about YouTube. This is a different concept. This isn't so much YouTube as it is me. In that I am good. Do I just do I just want to like get the YouTube thing like established? You know, like I just want to have people watching me already, so that way in a year or whatever I can go to sponsors. I can go to like video game developers. I can go to a VTuber agency and say, hey, look at me. Look what I've had for a year. I can have this ready, so I can kind of prove to myself, I can prove to others that I am worth trusting with more. But I think about it honestly. I don't know that it is worth more. I mean, it's one of those things also though where you just kind of have to fake it till you make it. I'm gonna get to a point where I feel comfortable kind of full force getting back into YouTube. I'm gonna make some decent progress on my Mafia game. Maybe I can stream the development of it or something. And then I'm going to be at a comfortable level with the guitar. Maybe I can improvise a little bit. I can play a bit of songs, know my chords and stuff like that. I can know some more riffs, know how to solo a little bit, do a little bit of improvising. And I'll be ready to get back into YouTube. And I will kind of focus on being able to make thumbnails, make art, make assets. I will have done streaming. I've been streaming for a while, so I'll feel comfortable streaming. I feel like I'm just, talking to myself, like I'm talking to friends. Like it doesn't really matter that much, Like I'm just chilling, having a good time, making some people laugh, making some funny jokes. I need to. I guess it's kind of difficult. I keep being kind of harsh on myself because I'll make a funny joke with friends. I'll make a funny joke with my mom. I'll make a funny joke with uh people out and about. And I'll be like, damn, why can't I be this funny on stream? But also, I'm not really putting myself through new scenarios. I'm not really playing new games. I'm not really actively taking in new information. There's no chat. There's no other people around for me to necessarily make funny jokes. If that makes any sense. So I think I need to be a little kinder to myself in that respect. Just insofar as you can't, like, I mean, if you stood in front of a blank screen and talked to yourself for like an hour, 2 hours, or whatever, sure, a lot of like maybe the best you. What the fuck is this thing? What actually is this thing? What the fuck? No, wrong Pokemon. What the fuck is this thing? Is this an actual Pokemon? Wait, what? This looks like a chain link fence turned into a Pokemon or something, or like a Mario creature turned into a Pokemon. What the fuck is this thing? What? 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 Are these all separate entities? What is this? What? Why have I never seen this before? What? 70. It's got battle armor. That's good. It's a fighting type? What the fuck is this thing? What was it? 370? What is it next to? What? Wait, is it? Oh, 870. Okay. tier. Okay, I didn't play in this generation. What the fuck is this thing? Like, what is it? Like in the lore or whatever. 5 of them are troopers, and 1 is the brass. The brass's orders are absolute. What? Wait, I'm gonna look this up on like Cerebi or something. What is this? A group of small bipedal Pokemon. It's a fighting type. It doesn't evolve, and nothing evolves into it. It's similar to Execute. What in the fuck is this thing? Okay. It just sincerely looks like a Mario Pokemon. It's done by Yusuke Kozaki. Who's Yusuke Kozaki? Wait, there's a vacuum Pokemon? What? Oh, is this in the newest one? Yeah, it's in Scarlet and Violet. What the actual fuck? I don't know how to feel about that. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I need to stop being so harsh on myself about being funny. And I just need to get more comfortable, I think. I really do just need to put myself in new positions, put myself where I'm playing a new game, or not necessarily like a new game, but a game that I'm not as comfortable with that I can't just talk over without really thinking, like Minecraft and Final Fantasy, like I've been playing. I think it's fine to be a comfy streamer, like I'm kind of putting myself in, like the position I'm kind of putting myself in. But I think it is a problem if I'm not going to be able to function at all when I'm streaming. If like new information, if I have to parse information, like that's a skill I do in fact need to learn, and I need to come to grips with that fact. Because sometimes I just go real quiet when I'm thinking about stuff, and if I want to be a VTuber in particular, it's even a higher expectation of entertaining, of being funny, of being interesting. So I need to kind of live up to that. As a matter of fact, not to say that like every VTuber is more funnier or entertaining than the average Twitch streamer or YouTube streamer or whatever, but there is an implicit not understanding but implicit, that's just kind of understood when you become a VTuber, that there's a little higher bar for engagement. Like, why would you become a VTuber and not want to do these things? And there are reasons for not doing so. But it does always kind of amaze me when I watch a Twitch streamer, more than a couple of popular famous Twitch streamers, and they're just not really doing anything, or like interacting with chat, or the entirety of their interaction with chat is something like, bruh, no, like, you fucking stupid chat, and then they like go back to playing the game and don't say anything for like the next 5 minutes. Like it is genuinely kind of impressive. Like I wish I could do that. Maybe I'm just not enough of a sweaty gamer to live that kind of a life. But I need to develop a bikini line so that I can become a hot tub streamer. Is that still a thing? You think YouTube's banned being a hot tub streamer? Do you think you could get away with that here on YouTube? Who knows? Who knows? We'll see as time goes along here. Let's see. It's been about an hour. I didn't really come into this with a plan for how long this stream was going to be. I downed a whole thing of Red Bull. Well, not like a big thing of Red Bull, like one of the tiny little cans, but enough to where I'm now kind of feeling the downward oh, am I lagging? The downward effect of it. And I do still need to, well, honestly, do a bit of studying. It's only like the second week of class, but I don't want to get ahead of the game, as it were. I think that's the only way I'm going to really succeed. Plus, the game seems to be lagging for some reason. Please stop that. Oh god, this hurts to watch. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? might I might stream tomorrow morning. Just get better. This might be my commitment to YouTube. It's just streaming a lot so that I'm getting more comfortable with it. I want to stream in new situations where I'm not comfortable, like I was talking about. I want to get over the thing I was just talking about, basically. And the only way to do that is to just go ahead and do it. So, I mean, me saying like, "Oh yeah, I'll do that in like 5 days or whatever when I have time," and it fits my schedule most conveniently, isn't gonna that's not gonna do it, quite frankly. And next time around, I'm going to stream something I haven't streamed before. It's not gonna be something really basic like diving or harvest like I did with Obsidian Conflict last time. It's not gonna be something where I don't have to think about it like in Final Fantasy. It's not gonna be Minecraft. I have to decide on what it's gonna be. It's not gonna be me just talking. I'm gonna decide on something, and we'll see what that is. We'll see what that is, and I'm going to attempt to still be entertaining over it, or at least be, even if not entertaining or interesting, then at least engaging. I feel like I've been fairly engaging through this stream. It certainly helps that I haven't been coughing up a goddamn long. I have, in fact, been dealing with this stupid um I don't know if it's a head cold necessarily, but fucking Minecraft stuff. We're just gonna switch over here. I don't know what's happening. Um, but yeah. So I've had a runny nose, bit of a headache. I hope to God I'm not getting fucking sick again. That's the last thing I need. I need to make fucking money. Is what I need to do. I might work on a video. The video's gonna take a far backseat to everything else. I need to work on the graphic design side of things, and the videos are just they're just bonuses. Something I'll work on when I'm feeling like it, when I want to, when I have a good topic for it. I'll probably finish the videos I have in the pipeline, but after that, who knows? Maybe I'll focus on clips or something. Maybe I'll go back to the games for streamers to play or whatever. As for me, I need to focus on bettering myself, so I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Been your friendly local robot nerd Fick. Tune in tomorrow morning for whatever.